Hi, I'm Alice Whitfield in person, and this is part one of a three-part interview I did with the president of one of the most popular internet voiceover websites. I'm talking about VO Planet, and I'm talking with Donna Summers. Watch.
Hi, Alice. How are you today?
Well, today, good. How about you?
I'm good today, thanks.
Okay, I have in my hand
Oh,
questions
wow.
that I wanted answers to, and questions that I got from my masterclass people who knew I was going to be interviewing you today. So, if it's okay with you, I am going to refer to these questions. Some are mine, some are theirs. How about
Okay,
that?
absolutely. Happy
You,
to help.
you're going to feel like you're on the firing line, but okay.
I am.
This one is my question,
Okay.
okay? I want to know, how'd you get started in this business, for gosh sakes?
Crazy business, huh? Don't we
Yeah,
love it?
yep,
It's in your blood once you
yep.
get going with it. It really is. I started actually as a talent many years myself in the, oh gosh, 70s, I guess. And so I've been on the other side of it as well and have a feel for that. I also did children's theater, and then I worked for somebody else in an agency. He decided to give up the agency business, so I bought it, and I've been here ever since now. So,
Well, I have to tell you something. Back in the day, and
day.
I'm further back than you are, trust me, there was no thought that voiceovers would ever come to something like
Oh,
this.
no, not at all. As a matter of fact, when I first got started, we did everything. We did on camera and voiceover and modeling and you name it. But somehow I was always attracted to the voiceover part of it, and I loved the people that I worked with in voiceover.
Well, I'll tell you something. It is a very small community. It's my little fraternity.
Isn't it?
And people constantly say, and I know you have heard this before, oh, voiceovers, what's that? That's just reading off a piece of paper.
Not.
Oh, no, it's not. It's a performance skill.
It
And either
is.
you have it or you don't have it,
It
right?
is so true. And it's a specific form of acting that's just so important, and it's such a niche. And I agree that the people that can do it well are very blessed.
I'll tell you something. I think that even though I am older, I was brought up with radio. We didn't have television, my dear, and so everything was theater of the mind. And when I
Right.
started writing for radio, we had to create those visual images with the words. And of course, the people of that time were so well versed in being able to pick up copy and then just making it visual. Okay, so enough about us. Um, Here's my next question to you. How do you attract not talent? How do you attract your advertisers to want to come and
Well,
choose and select talent from your site?
Well, lucky for us, we've been around for a very long time, 33 years, and
Yeah.
so we have a name recognition in the business. I started out full service, and we niched down to do just voiceover. I guess it was in 2000, maybe five or so.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been doing just the voiceover thing for a long time. We do the usual things. We advertise, we do Google ads, we advertise in industry publications, we do cold calling.
Mm-hmm.
We go to workshops and conventions. We talk to people, and I am never shy to tell anybody about how wonderful my talent is. I love
Good.
it. I will tell them.
Good for you. All right, so here's my next one. What do you want voice actors to know about you and the site?
About me and the site. The first thing that comes to my mind is be professional and be nice. It's amazing to me, and I want to say sad to say that some of the voice actors, and I don't mean the ones that have been around for a while and know the business, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately some of our newer folks have come in and they expect to be an overnight success. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I would love it if it did. And not to say that we haven't had people walk in and do wonderful jobs the first day, but typically you've got to pay your dues just like anything else. You got to work for it. And they get discouraged. And when they get discouraged, sometimes they get nasty. And so I just want to remind them that even though we're not face to face with them, it's still a business.
Okay,
And
I do want to say one thing. I'm
yes,
interrupting you, but it's
go
fun. You
ahead.
can interrupt me.
Go ahead.
A number of years ago, I was at the well, the awards for voiceover and the Clio awards. They
Right.
no longer are in existence, but it's a
Yeah.
wonderful story. At that time, I was up for writing the music to Self magazine, which was at that time a
Oh,
new. It was a new magazine, and
uh,
along with me, of course, I didn't win, and he did. Was Steve Carmen. Now, Steve Carmen was the musician songwriter. He wrote "I Love New York," that the
oh my gosh,
wonderful
yeah.
right. So there we were all sitting, and somebody came over to Steve Carmen at the table waiting for the awards and said, "Oh, you're Steve Carmen, aren't you?" And as immodest as he was, he said, "That's absolutely right." And they said, "Wow, you wrote those four notes, 'I love New York.' How long did it take you to write that?" And he said, "All my life."
I love that. Yes.
And
Oh,
that's the first thing I thought of when you said people think they walk into this business and boom, add water and I'm a star. And
right.
you're right, and it doesn't happen that way. I'm
No.
sorry, I just had to interject that
No,
because I
that
thought
is
it was
such a
apropos.
great story. It's
Yep,
such a great story and it's so apropos. And the thing is, it is a small business, and
yep,
I talked about that before. It is a very small industry and people do know each other. And if somebody is rude to me, there's no way I'm sending them to my client because I don't know if they might be rude to my client.
thank
So they
you.
could be the best talent in the world. I won't send them
Thank
really.
you so much.
So,
Oh,
the simple answer is be nice, be
okay,
professional. That's it.
gotcha. All right,
Yeah.
my next question. Why and how do you think VO Planet is different from other online sites? Now, I have my own feelings. I know that answer. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you today. But in your opinion, how do you feel VO Planet differs from some of the other online sites?
I think that the way that we differ, Alice, is that I brought what I know, which is how to be a talent agent. I brought it online,
Okay.
and that's the difference. The other services serve a purpose. They do,
Yep.
and I think it's great for some. It really is. We don't do the dollar holler jobs. We don't do the mom and pop shops. We have big, legitimate clients with big budgets, and they don't audition 30 auditions a day. It's a more professional approach to it. I feel like we're probably one of the very first, if not the first, real online voiceover talent agency. And that's really what makes us different.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something that I'm probably sure I know you know. Being in the business as a voiceover talent, being involved in the agency side, the casting side, the production side, that gives you two legs up.
Oh,
Just want
yeah.
you to know that. And that
Thank,
comes from a deli owner. So
thank
there
you.
you go.
I appreciate that. I do.
It's
And
absolutely true.
and
You
I
see
feel
it,
that was,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, you see it from every vantage point. Okay, so
yeah.
you cover the board, and that's part of I think,
Thank you.
part of your success. I didn't know you had all this as your background. Now I know. You ready
Yeah.
for my next question?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay,
am.
all righty, here it comes. Ooh, this is a toughie. Have you ever rejected a talent from your site?
The answer is yes. And
Yay! I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Okay.
I wonder if they should be listening to everything we're talking about here, Alice.
We're not mentioning
No
names.
names, no names. Yeah, and it is because of what I spoke about earlier. There have been some folks that have gotten just a little bit too, I don't even want to say too big, because it's not about being big, it's about being professional.
Hmm.
And I think sometimes they forget, and I'm a Southern girl, so I'm just going to put it this way, they forget their manners. And when they
Gotcha.
forget their manners, I don't need them. I really don't.
As they say in the South, God bless them.
God bless them,
But
honey. We
but
know
there's the door. Right?
what that really means.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, here we go. All right. In your opinion, what is a common mistake that voice talent will make?
To put a demo online that isn't prepared yet, or to, yes, or to present themselves in a way that they are not able to duplicate time and time and time again.
Oh, thank you.
It's so true, and that's why we love you. That's why we need you and we love you.
I know, but you see, coming from me, it's one thing, but
Oh,
coming from someone else saying exactly
exactly
what
the
I've
same.
said for years
I know.
validates me. And we haven't rehearsed this, folks.
No,
No.
not at all. Not at
Thank
all.
you. You're
You
absolutely right.
And it is so true. And the other thing that I see that folks do is they'll put a demo up that's just this wonderful, amazing demo, but they can't do it again because it's been tweaked to death, it's been overproduced, all of those things. You've got to be able to be consistent. Study, 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 people.
Okay, thank you. You're invited to my house anytime.
Uh,
Okay,
uh,
I'm pressing on here. I know you got things to do. All right. Of all the diverse voice people who signed with you, what areas, what styles are you kind of, I won't say lacking, but could use more of?
Well, it's really funny. Every time, if you ask me that question on any given day, I'll probably tell you a different answer. Today, or yesterday, I should say, we actually got a call we needed a male New Zealander. He had to be a real New
You
Zealander.
should have called me. I have one.
Well, honey, I'll call you after this and you can let this guy audition. I'm
He
telling
is
you.
from New Zealand.
Huh?
He
See?
just
Oh,
started working with me. Oh
I
my
love it.
God.
I know. I'm telling you. Just when you think you've got them all, somebody comes in and asks for something completely different, you know?
By the way, it does
You know,
help. Doesn't it help to have people who can do foreign languages and
yes, definitely.
okay, good. Yeah, I
Most
mean, you're
definitely.
talking about the World Wide Web. So
Yes.
you're covering every aspect, not only of the USA, but every place.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we do a good bit of Hispanic work actually. We have the guy that Sam Elliott is the Dodge Ram guy, right?
Yep.
For American. Well, we have the Hispanic guy that does those spots and he is fabulous. And I'm just so pleased to be representing him. He's a really nice guy. So we do a good bit of Hispanic work just because people know that and they go, "Oh, you do that now." So yeah.
Now, I do have to say this. One of the things that I'm not trying to sell my book, but the fact of the matter is, my marketing manual is beyond reproach. It takes us from zero to Mastel as far
I
as the
love
business is concerned.
zero to Mostel. I'm using that.
All right, you can use it, but you have to give me
I have
credit
to give you
for it.
credit.
All right. But one of the things I talk about is that, oh, it's great if you can do foreign language, but if your Spanish is limited to Buenos Knockers,
You got
don't
it.
go there.
You are so right because you're competing with the real people that really speak that language.
Don't forget to come back for parts 2 and 3. See you then.